Hi, this is Rick Brandenburg for North Carolina State University Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll. And we got a nice thunderstorm rolling through, so I thought it'd be a good time to talk about the weather. And this winter, I talked a lot about how you can't always use what the January and February temperatures were like to indicate when pests are going to occur in the springtime. And so I've got some data now from from January 1 forward, and you know, if you've listened to me very long, I talk a lot about degree days, which is a quantitative way to measure how warm it's been. With insects, we use a threshold of 50 degrees, and we usually start this process January 1. Well, as you can see in this initial graph, if we take a 30-year average of temperatures in Raleigh, North Carolina, you'll see that by the middle of April, we've usually accumulated about 225 degree days. Now, if we add into that and look at this second graph, if we look at the winter of 2011 and 2012, which in the U.S., for much of the U.S., is one of the all-time warmest winters on record, it's in the top 3, you see we had 600 and some degree days by this time, so almost 3 times as many degree days as we normally would acquire for that. But we really can't base a whole lot on that really unusual year. So we're just going to delete that from the equation. And what I want to do is then look at last winter, the 2012-2013. And if you look at that, we see we've got, by mid-April, we've got about 325 degree days. So last year, the winter was above normal, at least as we measured degree days in February, March, and April. And we were quite a bit ahead. And if you're 100 degree days ahead in a normal April, that's 10 days ahead of schedule, because this time of year we get about 10 degree days here. So the year ago, during the winter time, that was a warm winter. It didn't seem like it because the winter before that was just so unusually warm. But it was a warm winter. So what I want you to do then is look at this next graph, which is going to have 2013-2014, this winter we've just been through, when everybody complained and said, oh, it's so cold, everything's going to be so late, we're not going to have any bugs because it's been so miserable. And if you look at it, you'll see that the degree day development is almost exactly the same as the previous winter, which was 50% higher than a normal winter. So even though January and February seem cold, we've had some real warm spells in March and April, and that has actually pushed us ahead of the normal schedule. So don't expect insect populations or even disease and weed germination to be late this year, because that's not necessarily the case. We've had warm spells in March and April, and that is compensated for the cold weather we had in January and February, and in some cases we're going to see insects a little bit earlier. I know not all of you will agree with me on that, and that's fine. I'm just here for informational purposes, and I like using degree day information because the numbers do not lie. It does tell us where we are on the calendar as far as things developing. So hope that helps you out. I'll probably come back sometime in early May and give you a final update on where we are for the spring as far as degree day accumulations. But don't get caught sleeping this spring. Things are moving right along, and we're going to have plenty of bugs, and they're going to show up on time, if not perhaps a little bit early. Hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks.